Hello students, welcome to Narayana online class. Today we are going to discuss questions on kinetic theory of gas. So let's start the discussion. The first question is, figures show a plot of PV by T for P is equals to 2 gram of oxygen gas at two different temperature T1 and T2. Okay, and this graph, if you see PV by T versus this is a graph of an ideal gas. Okay, so we have an ideal gas like this, and we have a plot of two graph at T1 and T2 temperature. Now you know that for a gas, real gas, to behave as an ideal gas, we require high temperature and low pressure. For a real gas to behave as an ideal gas, it has to have high temperature and low pressure, right? So if you see here, this curve is more close to the ideal gas. This curve is more close to the ideal gas. So T1 is more close to ideal gas. So if T1 is more close to ideal gas, means that T1 has high temperature than compared to T2, right? T1 is at high temperature compared to T2. So significance of dotted line is that it is an ideal gas. The relation between T1 and T2 is that T1 should be greater than T2, because if it is close to the ideal gas nature, the temperature will be higher compared to the previous one. Now the value of PV by T will give you NR. Okay, so if you substitute the value, N is 2 grams, so 2 by 32 into R value, if you substitute, then you will get the answer as 0.5, and that will be the answer of this question. So it will meet the curve at this value, 0.5. Okay, so let's move to the next question now. A vessel contains two non-reactive gases, neon and oxygen. The ratio of their partial pressures are given as. So P1 by P2 ratio is given as 3 by 2. The ratio of number of molecules you have to find. So capital N 1 by capital N2 you have to find, right? So here all other parameters we are keeping it same, that is temperature, volume and all other quantities are same. Okay, so the number of gas molecules will depends upon the number of moles of N1 and N2, right? Here, from here this N1 and N2 will depend upon the value of P1 and P2, this. So from here this we can write that the ratio of number of gas molecules will be same as that of the pressure, because all other parameters will be same, right? So the answer of this question will be 3 by 2. Now the mass density of neon by mass density of oxygen you have to calculate. So rho 1 by rho 2 you have to calculate, that is mass by volume, M1 by V1 by M2 by V2, right? Mass per unit volume. Now volumes are given same, so it will depend upon M by M1 by M2, right? Now this M can be written as, this M can be written as number of moles into this molecular mass. So just substitute this. So just substitute the values here. If you substitute the value, you will get 3 by 2 and into here we will get 20.2 by 32. If you approximate it, it will be coming around 0.947, and that will be the answer of this question. Okay, so that will be the answer of this question. So let's move to the next question, student. The total number of air molecules in a room of capacity this, temperature this. So temperature T1 is given as 27 degrees Celsius. We will convert this into Kelvin, 1 atm. Pressure is given as 1 atm, so it will be 1.01 into 10 to the power 5. Okay. volume is given 20 meter cube. You have to find the total number of air molecules. So PV is equals to nRT. From here we can get N will be PV by RT, right? Now you have to get capital N, yeah, right? So capital N, that is number of air molecules, that will be nothing but number of air molecules we have to calculate. So number of air molecules, it can be written as N. First you calculate this, substitute the value here. So let's substitute the value 1.01 into 10, 1.01 into 10 to the power 5 into this V volume 20 by R 8.34 into T is 300, right? So if you substitute the value here, what we'll get? We'll get the value of N. Now to calculate N, what we have to do? This P, this is number of mole. This is number of mole. Now this we know that K can be written as R by Na, right? K will be nothing but R by Na. So if you substitute here, this we need capital N here. So if you write here, R will be nothing but K into Na, right? So we can write here this N is required. This N is the required value here. So substitute the value here N, the number of air molecules we need to find. So it's number of air molecules, if we have to find it, it will be nothing but number of gas molecules into Avogadro number. Or directly you can use it here, PV is equals to capital NKT, right? This N is nothing but PV by KT. This is what we are getting. If you divide, this is what we need. So just substitute the value here. When you will substitute the value of PV and K value will substitute, you will get the answer of N as 4.87 into 10 to the power 26. K is the Boltzmann constant here. What is K here? K is Boltzmann constant. Okay, and its value you know. So let's move to the next question. A vessel is filled with a gas at pressure of 76 mm of mercury at a certain temperature. The mass of the gas is increased by 50% of the introduced more vessels at same temperature. So here what is given? Here we are increasing the mass from to 50% more it is increased. So M2 will be 1.5 times the M1. Right? So M initial, this is the initial value. Now this is the final volume. Okay. So all other parameters are kept same. So we know PV is equals to nRT. If we equate here the things, this we can write it as P1 V1 is equals to, this will be mass by molecular mass. Since the same gas are used, we need to find here this volume is same, this M1 and M2 will change, otherwise this M is also same, this temperature. So this and this is cancelled. So we are getting P is directly proportional to M. So it means that P2 will be 1.5 times the P1 value, okay, and P1 value is given as 76 centimeter of Hg, so it will be 1.5 times 76, so it will be 114 centimeter Hg, and that will be the answer of this question. Let's move to the next question, student. Here it is given that an upper atmosphere an astronaut feel. So as we move up, air become thin, and the temperature reduces. So temperature reduces. So what will happen? We'll start feeling slightly cooler as we move to the upper atmosphere. So air becomes thin and temperature decreases. So let's move to the next question. Students, here the number of air molecules per unit you have to find. So PV is equals to nRT, you need to find per unit. So per unit volume. Per unit volume means, what we'll do? Per unit volume means we'll put 1. So we get P is equals to nRT. The number of molecules per unit volume, N you have to calculate. So N will be nothing but P by N will be nothing but, here we will get N number of molecules you have to find. This is number of moles. P by RT. Now this multiplied with Avogadro number, or directly we can write, this is number of moles, we multiply it with Avogadro number, we will get the value of PV by KT, or directly we can use PV is equals to NKT. Okay, so if volume is 1, so we will get as, this is capital N. So from here we will get capital N as P by KT, and that will be the answer of this question. Here also this, you can use the Avogadro number and get it, or directly this result is known to us. So this will be the answer of this question. So let's move to the next question. For a given volume and temperature, the pressure of the gas. So for a given volume, PV is equals to nRT. For a given volume, what we can understand, the volume and temperature are fixed. So volume and temperature fixed. So if volume and temperature are fixed, what we can understand here, so this and this quantity is fixed. R is obviously fixed. So P will be directly proportional to N, that is number of moles. Now this means that P is directly proportional to mass by molecular mass. Okay, so mass by molecular mass. So it means that P varies directly with M. So this option become incorrect. P inversely varies to square of its mass. This option also become incorrect. P varies linearly as mass. So this answer is correct, and that will be the answer of this question, and independent is also wrong. Right? So let's move to the next question, student. Which of the following method enables the volume of an ideal gas to be 4 times greater? Consider absolute temperature. Now you have to check which of the following will you want. You know PV is equals to nRT. Okay, so we are taking it for, if we are taking it for 1 mole, so what we can write here, which of the following method will enable? So quarter the pressure and temperature. You want the volume to be 4 times, right? So you want the volume to be 4 times. So from here we are getting V is equals to RT by P. Okay, so this is our desired result. We want that V dash should be 4V. This is our desired result. Now for this they are asking quarter the pressure. So if they are saying that if P2 is 4P at constant temperature, so here if you do in this formula, if we do R into same temperature and pressure, if you are doing this, so V2 will become V by 4. So that is not the answer, because we want 4. Quarter the temperature at constant pressure. So this is for option 1. Now for option 2 if we check. So option 2 we want, this is our equation. This is our equation, we will use this. So we will use quarter the temperature, right? So quarter the temperature, so V2 will be R into 4T and constant pressure. So here this will become 4 times RT by P, and this is nothing but V. So this becomes 4V. So this will be the answer, and that will be the answer of this question. So let's move to the next question, student. Some gas at 300 K is enclosed in a container. Now the container is placed in a fast moving gas. So here what is given, we have a container like this, some gas is there at 300 K. Now this train is motion. When the train is in motion, the temperature of the gas, so obviously this temperature is the intrinsic property of the material. So as we move this, the temperature will remain unchanged. Okay, so that will be the answer of this question. Let's move to the next question, student. Two balloons are filled, one with pure helium and the another with air respectively. If the pressure and temperature of these balloons are same, the number of molecules per unit volume you have to calculate. Okay, so number of molecules per unit volume, N by V you have to calculate. So PV is equals to NKT. Right? You have to calculate the number of molecules per unit volume. So that means number of N by V you have to calculate. Right? Number of molecules per unit volume. So it will become N by V if you want, it will become P by KT, right? So it will become P by KT. Now here what is given? For case 1, if we do for case 1, two balloons, one with pure helium. So if we are filling it with pure helium first, so N1 by V1 ratio, we are keeping it if the pressure and temperature are kept same. So obviously K is also constant. So P by KT will be same. Now if we do it for helium, for pure air, there if we do it N2 by V2, and then also we keep the same thing, P by T same, so obviously K will also be a fixed value. So it will be same in both the balloons, and that will be the answer of this question. So let's move to the next question, student. If a gas molecule undergo inelastic collision, so if a gas molecule is going in elastic collision, the temperature of the gas will be same as the temperature of the container. So temperature, there is no temperature difference. So no temperature difference. So if there is no temperature difference, students, if there is no temperature difference, so obviously if there is no temperature difference, so neither the, if no temperature difference, so no change will happen, because neither the temperature will change nor the pressure will change, because P for the relations to be changed, PV is equals to nRT, these values are same. So if temperature is also fixed, so obviously the pressure will also be unchanged. So neither the temperature nor the pressure will change. That will be the answer of this question. So let's move to the next question, student. On colliding in a closed container of a gas molecule, on colliding in a closed container of gas molecule, so you know that when a gas molecule collides, there will be transfer of momentum to the wall move. So the option will be perform Brownian movement, Brownian motion, and that will be the answer of this question. Because it is not mandatory that will move in opposite direction, momentum will become zero, that is also not mandatory. Transfer momentum to the wall, that is not also the correct. So the correct answer this is perform Brownian motion. Let's move to the next question. Which of the following statement is true about the kinetic is incorrect? Here you mind it, here the answer you have to check is which of the following is incorrect. So the molecules of a gas are in continuous random motion. This is correct, obviously. The motion continuously undergo inelastic collision. This is not correct. So this is we have to check which of the following is wrong. Let's check the another one. The molecule do not interact with each other. This is also a correct. Okay. So the collision amongst the molecules are for short duration. This is also correct, because the collision between the molecule takes for very short duration of time. So the correct answer is the molecule continuously undergo inelastic collision. Let's move to the next question. Okay, we have done this, right? So the temperature of a gas is raised while the volume remain constant. The pressure exerted by the gas on the wall of the container increases because, obviously, the pressure will increase because they will strike the walls now more often, because we are increasing the temperature, so temperature will increase, so Brownian motion will increase, and there will be more number of, they will strike the wall more often. So that will be the answer of this question. Here if you see, the gas at a pressure P0 is contained in a vessel if the mass of all the molecules are halved and their speeds are doubled. So we know the relation P is equals to 1 by 3 and C RMS whole square by V. This is the relation. Now for this, what is given? The mass of the molecules are halved. So M2 is half M1. Of all the molecules are halved and their speeds are doubled. So CRMS 1 will be 2 CRMS, or we can write this as 2 CRMS 1. So this is what is done, and rest other things. So if we do the ratio P1 by P2, all this will cancelled out. Here we are left with M1 and M2, N and will be cancelled out here, V and V will be cancelled out here. We will left with here CRMS whole square by CRMS 2 whole square. So here M2 is given as half. So we will plug here, M1 is as it is and M2 is half. So we will write it M1 by 2. So this 2 will go up. Now CRMS 1, so we named it as C square, and this is 2C whole square, right? Because now the speed is doubled. So this cancelled out, this C square cancel, here we left with 4. So 2, P1 by P2 is coming as 2, 1 by 2 here. So we need to get P2 will be 2P1, right? And that will be the answer of this question, right? So let's move to the next question, student. Be careful on the calculation part. An electric bulb of volume 250 cc. So volume is given as 250 into 10 to the power minus 6. Temperature is given 27 degree, so we'll convert this into Kelvin, okay, and pressure is given as 10 to the power minus 3 mm Hg. So you have to find the number of air molecules first. So this first we will use PV is equals to nRT, we will get N will be PV by RT. Just substitute the students here the values 10 to the power minus 3 into this, and if you see here, we will get the value of N as 1.33 into 10 to the power minus. Now if you see, we have to calculate here the number of air molecules. So capital N we have to calculate, and we know that capital N is nothing but moles into Avogadro number. We have done previously the questions like this. So this 1.33 into 10 to the power 8 into 0.3. So just substitute the values here, we will get 8.02 into 10 to the power minus 15, and that will be the answer of this question, right? So here we get the answer as this. So just be careful on the calculation part. Let's move to the next question. The average kinetic energy of the gas molecules. So kinetic energy average, if we know, it will be 3 by 2 kT. So the average kinetic energy of the gas molecule depends upon, is directly proportional to kinetic energy average, we can see here this is constant, this is constant. So it will be directly proportional to T, and that will be the answer of this question. Let's move to the next question, student. If K is the Boltzmann constant, the average kinetic energy of the gas molecule at absolute temperature. So directly here they are asking you kinetic energy average. So it will be 3 by 2 kT, because here they have given K is the Boltzmann constant and you have to take the value of temperature as T. So this will be the answer of the question. So let's move to the next question now. E0 and EH respectively represent the average kinetic energy of the gas molecules if the two gas molecules are at same temperature. Students, here the kinetic energy, we know kinetic energy average will be 3 by 2 kT. Now if the two gas molecules, if we have to find it, if we represent kinetic energy E0 as for that of oxygen, so it will be 3 by 2 kT. Okay, as the temperature is fixed, you will get this answer. Similarly, if you find the kinetic energy H, which is the average kinetic energy of hydrogen molecule, so you will again get 3 by 2 kT. So both E0 and EH are coming same as at same temperature. So that will be the answer of this question. Okay, so let's move to the next question. Now here you have to choose the correct statement, student. The average kinetic energy of gas molecules at any is same at the same temperature. So here just now we have done the previous question. This is the statement of the question. Now the average kinetic energy of a gas molecule is independent of its temperature. This is incorrect. The average kinetic energy of 1 gram of any gas is same at same temperature. This is also incorrect. The average kinetic energy of 1 gram is independent of temperature. This is also incorrect. So we get the answer as 1. Okay. So let's move to the next question. Choose the correct statement. You have to choose the correct statement from here. The pressure of gas is equal to the total kinetic energy of this. So just now we have done this statement for P. That will be incorrect, because it is equal to the kinetic energy of is given, it is incorrect. The product of pressure and volume of a gas is always constant. This is also incorrect. The average kinetic, because product of pressure and volume is always constant, it depends upon temperature, right? So the average kinetic energy of a molecules of a gas is proportional to the absolute temperature. So this is the average kinetic energy, it depends upon the T value. So this is the correct statement, and that will be the answer of this question. So let's move to the next question now. A vessel of volume V is equals to 1 liter contain 1.4 gram of nitrogen. So first find the number of mole. We will find the number of mole by 1.4 into T8, we will get 0.5, right? Now it is given that temperature is 1800 K, okay, and the volume is given as 5 liters. So it will convert this, right? Now if you see here, what is given, N2 is dissociating into 2N, N2 is dissociating into 2N, right? So here if we find the number of moles, 0.7 of this N2 will dissociate into 0.3 value of this one, okay? So 0.3 of this, 0.7 of this will be dissociating into this one. So if we have 0.7 into, for this number of moles, we will have 0.7 into 0.5. This will be our N2. And if you see here for N1, that is for N atoms, it will be 2 into 0.3 into this 0.5. Okay. So if we calculate the total number of mole, we have to just add this and this. So total number of mole will be 0.7 into 0.5 plus 2 into 0.3 into, we are taking the dissociation both sides, so this will come as 0.065. This we got the total number of moles. Now we have to use PV is equals to nRT. What we have to get? We have to get pressure. We got the total number of moles here. So P will be equals to nRT by V. Students, substitute the n value here. So n is coming as 0.065. R value substitute, T value substitute, and V value substitute. Okay, V value we have. So if you substitute all this value, we will get P as 1.94 into 10 to the power 5 Newton per meter square, and that will be the answer of this question. Okay, so let's move to the next question now. Students, here we are given with two chamber, one containing M1 gas and one containing P2. One gas contain pressure P1 and another gas contain P2. Okay, so we'll use PV is equals to nRT relationship, and if we write in terms of M by mass by molecular mass RT, we have to get here the V1. Okay, so we have to get here the V1, and they are given at the temperature remain constant. So there the temperature is remaining constant here. So P1 V1, from here we have to get V1. So V1 will be M1 by M RT by P1, right? So PV is equals to nRT. We are using this temperature and mass, molecular mass of the gas is same. Okay, just mind this, the pressure, temperature and molecular mass of the gas is same. So V1 is this. Analogous to this, we will get V2. V2 will be M2 by M R T, and the pressure will be P2, right? So we got V1 and V2. Now what is there? Now we are just adding the two gases. Now we are just adding the two gases. So if you add the two gas, we will use here the PV is equals to nRT. Okay, PV is equals to nRT here, this value. Here we will get M1 plus M2 by M. I am directly substituting here. The volume will be, the volume of the gas will be V1 plus V2, and the P is same. So just substitute here V1 plus V2 there, right? And here we have temperature T. Now if the temperature remain constant, the common pressure P you have to substitute get. So this value of P we have to get. Now students, substitute here M1 by M RT by P1 plus M2 by M RT by P2. Okay, this will be equals to M1 plus M2 by M, and we have T. Okay, so if you simplify this, T can be cancelled out from the three side. We have to get the value of P. The common pressure P will be, P common will be equals to, if you simplify this, it will come as P1 P2 M1 plus M2 by P1 M2 plus P2 M1, right? And that will be the answer of this question. Okay, so let's move to the next question. This was already asked in 1 year exam, so just take a look of this. Simply calculation, we have just substituted the value of V1 and V2 in our final combination on combining. This is what we get on combining. Okay, so just we substituted V1 and V2. Be careful on this. This is a previous year question. Okay, so this value P, already we have discussed this question. Given a graph with a variation this, now a graph, this represent the ideal gas. Now which of this, so T1 is more close to the ideal gas nature. So T1, as it is, we know that for a real gas to behave as an ideal gas, it should require high temperature and low pressure, right? So T1 should be greater than T2. That is correct because it is more close to the ideal gas nature. And this value this value will represent nothing but R. So this is 8.314 and this is the answer of this question. Already we have done this type of question previously. Let's move to the next question. Students, here it is given the pressure of an ideal gas varies according to this law, where P naught and A are the positive constant. The highest temperature you have to calculate. So we know PV is equals to nRT. PV is equals to nRT. Now we'll try to get the value of, from here what we are getting, we will get the value of P. P will be equals to nRT by V, right? This is the value of P we are getting, and this P is given to be equals to P naught minus A V square. Okay, so we can equate these two values. So we can equate, if we equate, we will get nRT by V is equals to P naught minus A V square, right? Student, we have to simplify for T here. So simplify for T here, what we will get T as, if we simplify for T, just multiply this with V, P naught minus A V square by NR. Okay, so if this on simplifying, we will get P naught V by NR minus A V cube by NR. Okay, this is my T, right? Now we have to get the highest temperature. This has to be maximum. So for this to be maximum, dt by dV should be equal to 0. Okay, so differentiate this dt by dV and equate it with 0. So if we equate this with 0, we will get V as P naught by 3A power half. On differentiating with respect to V, we will get V as this. Now at this value of V, we will get T maximum. So now we have to substitute it back on this original equation. On this original equation, we will get the value of P. So if we substitute this back into our original equation, we will get the value of P. Also on substituting this back, right, on substituting in original equation, we will get, if this is the original equation, we have to substitute here the value of T. So we will get now T max. So T max will be coming as 2P naught. You have to substitute in place of V as this. So we will get 2P naught by 3NR under root P naught by 3A, and that will be the answer of this question. So if we check the option, this is the correct option. So students, here we come to the end of today's paper discussion. We have, if you analyze all the previous questions, you will get a good clarity of the whole concept. So that's all for today. Thank you.